talk about 3 months before and 3 months after when you went out on your own. What was
Sure.
that fear in your system? What were the knots? Did you make sure you had a big pile of cash before you made the leap? Did you, call all your friends and tell them like what was the going on? What's the human side of starting your business?
Mm. I'll begin with the reality that at that point, about 8 years into practicing law, I had worked on building a network. And I had worked on building that network since right after graduating law school and starting private practice. And what I mean by that is I would network with financial advisors, I would network with accountants, I would network with other professionals. And so 3 months before I went out on my own, I called them up. One of those individuals that I had connected to in my networking builds websites. So you best believe I called him up. And it was funny because he was the chief marketing officer of a new company. And he's like, well, Teresa, I don't build websites anymore. I'm like, maybe you don't for other people, but you are for me. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. And it was more so because he knew my passion over the years that we knew each other. And as a friend, he built the website for me. And I needed a website for a law firm that was going to go into the new age of digital and cloud-based technologies. And so I went ahead and, connected to all of them. I started putting my ducks in a row, started reading the rules and the laws as it pertained to opening a business. And it really was 3 months prior to me launching the firm that I made the decision, okay, I'm going to do it. Here are the people I need to connect with. Also keep it a secret because I was still working at the time at a law firm. Do it incognito, get my ducks in a row, especially during a global pandemic. That's a lot harder than it is today. Because even the people I would call at the Secretary of State would be like, great question. I don't know how this is going to work because everyone's on quarantine. Either way, I worked through those turmoils, made a lot of friends along the way, found out I had support in areas I didn't even realize. I had people reaching out to me saying, I knew you were going to open your own law firm. You just didn't see it yourself yet. So that was amazing to recognize in that process. But once I got the paperwork in order, once I got everything cleared by the North Carolina State Bar, the North Carolina Secretary of State, as well as my local banker to make sure the accounts were open so I could start transferring clients and bringing in new business, I was able to hit the ground running on that first day. I would say a couple weeks because I did have to transition out of my old firm to my new law firm.
Now, that's big. I think people don't realize starting a business is a community affair. It's a community of the
Mm-hmm.
people you know, it's a community of your associations. And it does take, I had my friend build my first website. So it's little things like that that you really don't take for granted. It's actually a little sentimental, like, hey,
Yeah.
they keep a kind of a special place in your heart.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. And I could not have this business without my networking community. It just would not exist. Um, and on the flip side, it was, being able to trust and rely on those resources to then be able to create this business that now serves their situations, their families. I just had a friend pull me aside and she's like, my son needs help. And I'm like, I am there. Because that's how it works, right? That's how it should work. That's how business and community relationships should work. And I'm just honored to work alongside the people in my network.